What is Steve Maxwell's morning routine?
Well, get up usually between 4:25 and 5.
Something special about that hour?
Um,
Some people say mentally around 4:30 there's special things happening, or 3:30 a.m.
This is just before first light, and like the whole energy of the earth is beginning to, all the animals are coming awake and everything's stirring. It's like part of the natural life cycle wherever you're at. And I just like to get in tune with that life cycle. And, I do a whole head, ear, eye massage, tongue twirling.
We did some of that in the hotel workout, I think.
Yeah.
So you're rubbing eyes and rubbing temples.
Yeah, I started really getting into Qigong. I've been to mainland China 4 times.
Okay.
Taiwan 2 times. And I met a very interesting guy, Stanley Tam, who was the first BJJ black belt in
Heard of him before.
China, who owned a BJJ school in Shanghai. I think he had a couple schools. And Stanley was really into Qigong.
Okay.
And it's interesting, he got into BJJ because he had studied Shaolin Kung Fu for 15 years and got his ass kicked by a purple belt. He says, forget this Kung Fu, I'm learning Jiu-jitsu.
Amazing. I love it.
But anyway,
so he taught you those techniques.
He kept with his health practices.
So what do you do? Can you get a little specifics?
Yeah, like the head massage, the eye massage, the ear massage, the tongue swirling,
right?
Fingers massage.
Yeah, we did a bunch of that, I think, in the hotel workout.
Yeah.
Right. I
still do the deer exercise where you rub the genitalia and the testicles. There's something to that, man. It still keeps you, a little...
It's called the deer exercise.
The deer exercise, but there's a couple other ones too.
So I had a guy on my show early on London Real called Master Mantak Chia. And he is a guy who's kind of got half Thai, half Chinese, who is known for sexual energy. And he's a big fan of sharpening the sword, which is, the genitalia and all that. And when I first had him on my show, I was like, I could barely talk to him, Steve, because I had all this American Puritanism going on. But I've gotten to know him over the years, and
there's something to be said for that.
There's something to be said for that.
He's bringing that chi flow into that area.
And the organs with the different elements. And I'm telling you, everybody, there's something going on there.
There's something going on.
Really. And most of the West can't embrace it. They can't get over their own fears and phobias and insecurities about that thing.
Well, because it's all linked in with masturbation.
Right.
And, it's like the old, keep your hands above the cover, son.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, I think maybe that's a religious backlash.
It's a very puritanical way of thinking.
I think it's religion in America that probably keeps people from that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I'm not anti-religion,
Yeah, me neither.
I count myself as a Christian, but, I'm not like that Bible thumper.
Okay, so you're massaging everything, basically.
Yeah. That's just to wake me up. I always take my pulse every morning on my thumb.
Because
I
you
think
can
that's
tell
important.
that because you know whether you can train that day.
Recovered or not recovered or how hard.
So your pulse will tell you if you're overtrained or not.
If you're 5 or more beats above your normal pulse, you better just take off that day. You're too stressed.
Really? 5 beats?
Yeah, 5 beats or more.
Okay. And that means you're just...
Yeah, just chill that day.
Something's not
do something.
right.
Go out,
You're
walk.
overtrained, you're sick, you're something.
Yeah, or maybe you do. I mean, after a hard training the day before, you're bound to be down in energy a little bit.
So you won't train? Or you do something else?
I do something else.
I can't not train.
Train. I think of training as something more strenuous. I'll go out and I'll have a nice walk with breathing exercises or something.
Okay.
But then I go from Qigong to a little yoga. The tongue scraping with the tongue scraper.
Okay.
And then I do a neti pot.
Why do you tongue scrape?
There's a lot of toxins built up in the tongue overnight, even with the mouth taped shut.
Okay.
You'd be surprised at the stuff that comes off sometimes.
Wow.
In the morning.
Okay.
Metabolic waste from the night before.
Interesting. So you scrape the tongue.
And then neti pot. And these things are thousands of years old, these practices.
What's it called?
The neti pot is like a saline solution.
You pour through your nose.
And you irrigate your sinuses in your nose.
This is every day you do this?
Every morning.
Wow.
I can bring it up through the nose and down through the back of the throat and spit it out. And I have a little line in the neti pot. Tell me when I'm halfway. Then I switch to the other side.
Nice.
Then the cold shower.
Okay.
And it's never easy. You never want to do it. It's always a dread, but you always feel damn good.
Yeah.
And then I take a really rough, coarse towel and dry off.
Okay.
Like really give my skin a good massage. Sometimes I'll take the dry brush and rub the skin down real good.
Yeah, we did that.
I mean, your skin is your biggest organ in your body.
And one of the most sensitive organs.
One of the most sensitive. And a lot of waste is eliminated through the pores of the skin, through perspiration. So you want to keep that skin healthy.
I used to suffer from like eczema, and one of my dermatologists once said, he said, Brian, he said that the skin is an organ that's more sensitive than a lot of organs. Sometimes it's sensitive to all sorts of stresses and things. I think even where the skin is, maybe when you're in the womb and stuff, it has, I don't know, all sorts of intelligence.
It does have intelligence. So you got to really take care of it.
Right.
And then after that, I do a little Qigong set.
Okay.
I do shaking.
Okay.
Shaking is called shaking out the disease, and then shaking the hands above the head for circulation.
Okay.
And then I'll do a couple other Qigong, like what I call the bare minimum Qigong routine. And I do some 5 rites of Tibetan yoga that I throw in there.
Okay.
And I always squat every morning.
Okay. Body weights or something?
Yeah, no, I mean, I just get down in a deep squat and hold it and move. And,
okay.
You wouldn't believe how many people, even jiu-jitsu guys, cannot do a butt to ankle squat without excessive leaning or excessively wide. They cannot squat. Americans can't squat.
Yeah. And what kind of yoga moves are you doing?
Well, the 5 rites of Tibetan yoga were 5 movements that a British colonel learned when he was stationed near the Himalaya mountains. And he watched these monks, and he wrote a whole book. There's a book by Peter Kelter. I can't remember the name of it, but you can buy it on Amazon. It's really worth checking out. And he talks about the youthifying effect of these particular exercises. First one is spinning.
Spinning
in a circle 21 times.
Just stand and spin.
You spin, like the whirling dervishes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. In a lot of religious circles, a spin is kind of like an ecstasy.
Interesting. Okay. What else?
And then there's like a push-up. You're not doing a push-up, but I call it a pump, where you're going up, down, dog.
Okay.
Really stretching out the hamstrings and the back. Then I'll usually do like a cat-cow kind of movement pattern. And then I'll sit on my ankles, and then you lean back with your legs straight.
Yeah, those are good.
And then there's a leg raise and a tabletop. Sometimes I'll skip those.
Okay.
But this is like, it takes me about 12 minutes. Okay. And then, I go to jiu-jitsu later in the day, and I do a whole shitload of mobility drills before I get to the mat.
Okay.
Because I'm a black belt, I can do kind of what I want on the side of the mat. I don't do the normal warm-ups with the rest of the class.
Okay.
But every week, I'm always elbow escaping, standing up in base. Okay. I like to do animal crawls, just because it keeps me limber. Ape crawls, Spider-Man crawls, bear crawls, dragon crawl. I mean, there's a million different ways to locomote your body on all fours that I think can be very youthifying, especially lends itself well to what we do on the mat in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. And
all these things keep me youthful, because really, truly, I've only seen one other guy in his 70s on the mat, still rolling.
Right.
And I can still take it to some of these younger guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still whooping up some of them.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.